What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news. Unfortunately, my computer crashed on me. I had planned on dropping a video on Thursday or Friday. That didn't happen, but we're back. And before I get into the details, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button below. Now, for the highlights in this video. In my opinion, Nike is the highlight, and that is the return of the Foamposite 1 Galaxy. I'm going to talk about that more about midway in the video. As well, I have some details on the Air Jordan 17 Low. You may have seen the news going around quite a bit. And there's a lot more from Jordan brand, of course, and there's a full lineup from Nike. Now, outside those two brands, we have a couple things from Reebok. And now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. Reebok recently introduced Chapter 1 of the Pump Universe series, which ultimately takes elements from two classics and forms them together, basically a hybrid shoe. So for this release, we have the Reebok Shaq Victory Pump, which asks the question, what if Shaq battled Michael Chang at Wimbledon? So what we have is the Reebok Shaq Attack and the Court Victory combined into one. This pair comes dressed in a core black, energy blue, and solar lime color combination. Shaq's logo is also altered to resemble him serving in tennis, and while the shoes come dressed mostly in black, they feature blue and green accents that represent the OG Court Victory too. So if you're interested in grabbing this pair, they drop on April 22nd, and the retail price will be $180. The next shoe to talk about, part of the Pump Universe collection, is known as the Reebok Question Mid Pump. So what they did here is they took Allen Iverson's signature shoe, the Reebok Question, and fused it with the Pump Omni Zone 2, which was worn by D. Brown. This pair features a chalk, core black, and pump orange color combination. For this shoe, they asked the question, what shoe would Allen Iverson have worn if he was a dunk contest champion? So each shoe kind of asks like this random question, and the end result, of course, is the shoes. Now, this pair comes dressed in mostly white. However, we have orange and black detailing, and this is the second original colorway of the Omni Zone 2 that D. Brown wore. This pair will also drop on April 22nd, and the retail price is $180. In this video, I'm going to go over several Nike Air Max 1 releases, and if you haven't noticed by now, the brand is going to release a lot of different colorways, kind of like the Dunk. Now, not as many as the Dunk, because there's been a ton of Dunk releases. It's almost hard to keep up. But in previous videos, I showcased the Pale Ivory, Chili 2.0, Deep Royal Blue colorways, and now we have a look at the Light Orewood Brown pair. This is a women's exclusive release, and it comes dressed in Cell, Rugged Orange, Light Orewood Brown, and Sundial. Utilizing premium materials throughout, we have tumble leather, suede, and textile mesh. Cell lands on most of the upper, with Light Orewood Brown on the mudguard and swoosh logos. Orange appears on the top eyelets, embroidered Nike branding on the heels, and in the midfoot. Other details include Cell on the midsole and a tricolor rubber outsole. At the time of recording, the release date is expected to take place on July 28th. It's very possible it could change, and the retail price will be $160. In 2022, we saw the return of the Air Max 1 Crepe Hemp. In 2023, the brand plans on releasing more Air Max 1s with the crepe sole. Another pair that was shown is the soft gray, and now we have a look at the upcoming light bone pair. So this shoe features a light bone, pale vanilla, and Cell color combination. Dressed in lighter shades throughout, again, it features premium materials like suede, leather, canvas, and mesh. Cell runs across the base, we have light bone on the overlays, and a light blue shade consisting of patchwork-like canvas on the mudguard. Pale vanilla textile adorns the swoosh logos in midsole, with black branding on the tongue labels, embroidered heels, and insoles. Lastly, we have a gum crepe rubber outsole. For this pair, we don't have a specific release date just yet. Expected to debut sometime later this year, of course, and the retail price will be $160. This information broke over the weekend, but Nigo, who is known for starting A Bathing Ape and Human Made, also is currently the artistic creative director for Kenzo, will connect with Nike to launch a line of products in 2024. This question I got asked a few times, but Nike is currently suing a bathing ape. So many people thought it was a bit odd that they would sign Nigo to some sort of deal if they're suing the company that he owns. Well, he actually doesn't own the company anymore. So back in 2011, he sold for roughly 2.8 million. And then in 2013, Nigo officially left Bape. So he's a free agent. Throughout the years, he's done a lot of work with Adidas. And at the time of recording this, the specifics as far as what's going to release is unknown. I've heard a few different things, although none of it is confirmed as of yet. More than likely, though, it will contain some footwear and apparel. There's also been talks of him designing a new shoe, or it could just be a collaboration. All of that is up in the air for now, but the collection, or whatever it is going to debut sometime in 2024. Quick heads up on the Nike Air Force 1 Low Four Horsemen. So originally this pair was expected to debut on April 7th. However, that day has came and gone, and the release never took place. However, we do have a new release date, which will take place on April 27th. You'll be able to get them on the Sneakers app, and the retail price will be $150. So this news, I actually forgot to put it in my last video, but I did write about it on the website and I posted on IG. But for those that don't know, the Nike Dunk Low Vintage Green will be returning again. Now, the initial release took place in 2022, specifically March 24th. Also, this is a women's exclusive release, but this time around they're going to release in extended women's sizing. Now, as for the time frame, I was told holiday 2023. Unfortunately, I don't have a specific date, and the retail price should be $110, although it's possible they could go up $10 to $120. We finally have a first look at the Nike Jaw 1 Sundial. Now, this is a grade school exclusive, and it features a white, sundial, and cobalt bliss color combination. Constructed with mesh and leather throughout, orange fills in the swoosh logos that extend onto the heels. Next, we have camouflage-like print in multicolor on the quarter panels. Morant's jaw logo lands on the tongues and insoles, and then his number 12 is embroidered on the heels. This pair also features speckled white midsoles and a camouflage-like rubber outsole. Originally scheduled to release on May 1st, the new release date is May 8th. The retail price will be $90. We have another pair of Ja Morant's first signature shoe, the Nike Jaw 1, to go over. This one is known as Ember Glow. So the official colorway is Ember Glow, Blue Lightning, Light Silver, and Black. And as you can see, Ember Glow takes over most of the upper. We have Morant's jaw logo on the tongue labels and insoles, and then his number 12 is embroidered on the heels. We have blue on the swoosh logos, and then the tongue labels are mismatched. On the right shoe, we have a purple backdrop with blue on the branding, and then on the left shoe, we have blue on the backdrop and purple branding. Other details includes a white zoom cushioned midsole and a black rubber outsole. So at the time of recording, this pair is currently scheduled to release on July 3rd, and the retail price will be $110. We finally have a release date for the Nike Air Zoom Generation, Cemented in History. Now, I think in the previous video, I might have called them Cemented in Time, something along those lines, but I wasn't sure about the name. I knew it was something like that, and I did mention that the shoes were to celebrate LeBron James breaking the NBA scoring record, and that has been confirmed. Furthermore, we have a release date. Now, it's possible that things could change, but this pair is scheduled to release on May 10th, and the retail price will be $190. We have a total of 3 Nike Air Max 186 colorways to go over. The first one is known as Light Armory Blue. So this pair features a football gray, dark obsidian, light armory blue, and medium soft pink color combination. Now, we got our first look at this shoe a couple weeks back, and the shoes were gifted to black market flea vendors to celebrate Air Max Day 2023. Each pair was numbered out of 1,986 pairs. Also, it said what number that shoe was on the midsole. It looks like a release for this pair will come later this year. However, this is going to be a general release. It won't be numbered. And the same goes for the next pair I'm about to talk about. But for this shoe, we don't have a specific release date, but they are expected to debut sometime this summer, possibly sooner, and the retail price will be $150. The next pair to go over is the Air Max 186 Metallic Gold Grain. Now originally this pair was being called Smokey Mauve, but it appears that some stuff got mixed up, but this is actually the Metallic Gold Grain colorway. This shoe features a metallic gold grain, hemp, lakeside, and earth color combination. This was the second pair that was also gifted to vendors. They're also numbered on the midsole. However, the retail release will not be numbered. Just like the other pair, when this one was gifted, it was limited to 1,986, which of course represents the year that the Air Max 186 initially released. No release date for this pair, but they are expected to debut summer 2023, possibly sooner, and the retail price will be $150. Here is the last pair of the Air Max 186 to go over in this video, and this is actually the Smokey Mauve pair. So the shoes feature a Smokey Mauve and dark team red color combination, constructed with mesh on the toe box, nylon collars, and tongues, with suede on the overlays, mudguards, and swoosh logos. As you can see, the upper features mostly Smokey Mauve in team red, and then we have a gray-like hue that lands on the toe box and collar. The Nike branding lands in the usual locations, including the tongue, insoles, and embroidered on the heels, and then of course we have the larger air unit placed in the heel. Finishing the look is an aged midsole and a dark team red rubber outsole. So again, just like the other two, this pair is expected to debut summer 2023, although it could be sooner or a bit later, and the retail price will be $150. On Friday, Kevin Durant took to Instagram to officially unveil his 16th signature shoe, the Nike KD 16. The shoe has a similar design compared to the KD 14, and honestly, to me, they look a lot like the Air Penny 2 with some futuristic-like upgrades. Once again, the KD 16 will feature a low-cut build. They also come with textured multi-layer mesh on the forefoot and heel with a synthetic mudguard. Now, everything we're talking about is pretty much aesthetic. Nike has officially yet to unveil the shoes, so we're kind of guessing here and going off of what we can see in some stuff from the past. The shoes also feature a TPU cage system with ventilation on the lateral and medial sides. They also have a split midsole, Zoom Air cushioning, and of course KD branding on the tongue labels. And then we have the swoosh logo on the lateral side by the ankle. Unfortunately, we only have the one image for now, but it shows 3 upcoming colorways. I do know there's another one outside of this, which comes in vivid orange and bright mandarin. That pair is expected to debut on May 5th. Also, the retail price will be $150. Now, for these 3 colorways, information has yet to leak on specific release dates, but I'm pretty sure Nike plans to unveil the shoes officially during the playoffs, so hopefully we get that information soon. Some in-hand photos of the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Metallic Red popped up, and what I will say is that the in-hand look is a lot better than the officials. Usually it's the other way around. For me, it is a big letdown that they have leather on the eye stay and around the collar. They definitely should have kept it like the original release. I know for the most part people aren't happy about that, but I did see a few people that don't mind it. They're still going to cop, and that's good. As long as you like it, you should buy them. Now, as we look at these photos, just to run down a little bit of history, we originally saw this pair debut in 2012, and then a re-release took place in 2017. I'm not sure why that only 6 years later the shoe is returning. There's a lot of other Foamposites I feel that they could bring back instead of dropping the metallic red pair for the 3rd time. But if you are interested in buying, they will release on June 16th, and the retail price will be $240. It seems that a lot of people are excited about the Nike Air Max CB94 OG returning. The news broke several months back. At that time, we had images of the 2020 pair. So only 3 years later, we're going to get another retro. The only difference this time around, from the looks of it, is that they're going to use a different shade of purple. On the last release, it was known as Varsity Purple. In 2023, they're going to be called Pure Purple. Now, why am I talking about them again? Well, official images recently leaked, and although they're expected to debut in fall, there's a possibility they could release sooner. But since a lot of people are looking forward to them, I just wanted to share the official photos. This also 100% confirms that a release is coming. And for now, they are expected to release this fall, but again, it's possible they could release sooner, and the retail price will be $170. Who remembers the Nike Air Max 1 Keep Rippin Stop Slippin, a shoe that originally released in 2008 and was part of Nike's Greatest Hits pack? That pack included the Air Max 1 Keep Rippin Stop Slippin, the Nike Air Stab Runnin' Gunnin', and the Nike Air Max 90 King of the Mountain. Well, initially the pair was expected to return, however, they're going to release in a new color theme, resulting into the shoes being called Keep Rippin Stop Slippin 2.0. Now, the image you're looking at is a Photoshop, however, it's an accurate representation of what's releasing. This pair will come dressed in light iron ore, total orange, flat pewter, summit white, and kumquat. So this pair will feature a safari-like print across the swoosh and the mudguard. It somewhat looks like it's Stingray, however, this is just a mock-up. I did see the shoes. It was a CAD photo, so we matched up the blocking. Also on the heels, we'll have Keep Rippin Stop Slippin, that will return. And then we have accents of total orange and kumquat throughout. At the time of recording, we don't have a specific release date. However, they are expected to debut sometime during holiday 2023. The retail price will be $150. So for the big leak and exclusive news for this video, I had to move some things around. I was supposed to leak an Air Jordan, however, I want that pair to have its own shine, so that will be in the following video, which I plan on dropping on Thursday. Instead, I received this news on Sunday, so yesterday, and I knew I needed to get it out ASAP. But I have details on the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Galaxy. So yes, they will be returning in spring 2024. This shoe originally released back in 2012 and was part of Nike's All-Star collection, also known as Galaxy. Also released alongside the foams is the KD 4, Kobe 7, LeBron 9, 3 colorways of the Dunk High, and the Air Flight 1. In my opinion, this Foamposite really started the hype for the model before it took a turn for the worse and just went downhill. And it's evident to me that Nike's really trying to bring the foams back, at least back the popularity. They messed up on the red metallics. I know they added leather instead of nubuck, which is a big fail in my opinion. Now currently I don't have a lot of information. There is a possibility that some materials may change. So instead of nubuck on the eye stay, we could have leather. Hopefully that's not the case. You should expect them to come with a glow in the dark outsole. Also the remove before flight tag. Now, like I mentioned, spring 2024 is when they're expected to release. I don't have a retail price as of yet. All the additional information will be coming soon. Also, there is a possibility that this pair could debut for All-Star Weekend 2024. Now, there's another shoe that is also part of this Galaxy pack from 2012 that will also be returning, but I'm going to drop that in the next video. With that being said, let me know your thoughts on the Galaxy foams making a return. I know I missed out when they first dropped, so for me, I'm definitely going after them. I'm pretty sure I showcased this shoe in a previous video, but I don't think I had a release date at that time. This is the Air Jordan 37 Low, Nothing But Net. This shoe is inspired by the outfit that Michael Jordan wore during a McDonald's commercial back in 1992. This theme was also used on the Air Jordan 7, Nothing But Net. For those that are interested in buying, they release on May 4th and the retail price will be $175. We have a first look at the Jordan Tatum 1 Old School. Now, this pair features a black, metallic silver, wolf gray, anthracite, and siren red color combination. Now, some of you may notice that this shoe resembles that of Tatum's Air Jordan 14 Low Mustang PE, the colorway that is, which is a shoe inspired by his vintage Ford Mustang. As you can see, black runs across most of the upper, but we have red underneath the toe and gray on part of the midsole. Next, silver lands on the Jumpman and JT branding on the panels and tongues respectively. Finishing the look is a little bit of red on the heels. Now, I'm not too big of a fan of his model. However, I will say that this colorway is pretty nice. And at the time of recording, we don't have a release date. They are expected to debut later this year, and the retail price will be $120. Soon, Jordan Brand will release a WNBA pack. Dropping this summer, we have the Air Jordan 12 Brilliant Orange. We have yet to see photos of that shoe. However, we do have a first look at the Air Jordan 1 Elevate Low in brilliant orange, also known as WNBA. This pair features a brilliant orange, black, and white color combination. I'm surprised people aren't trying to call them shattered backboards yet, but they come with white leather on the base, and then we have brilliant orange basketball texture leather on the overlays and heels. Black patent leather lands on the swoosh logos, and the pair features a thick platform sole done in white. Other details includes the outline of the Wings logo on the heels, and then we have a star graphic on the insoles and a black rubber outsole. No release date for this shoe, however, it's possible that we could see them drop summer 2023, maybe around the time that the Air Jordan 12 Brilliant Orange releases, which is currently scheduled to release on July 13th. The retail price for this shoe is $140. We have several Air Jordan 1 Low releases to go over in this video. One of them is called Royal Toe. Now, the images you're looking at is in grade school sizing, however, they will release in adult sizing as well. So, the shoe features a white, royal blue, black, white, and black color combination. Constructed with the usual leather throughout, we got white on the panels, black on the overlays, swoosh logos, tongues, laces, and liner. Next, we have royal blue on the toe box, heel overlay, and the rubber outsole. Royal blue also fills in the Jumpman logo on the tongue and insoles, and then we have a black embroidered Wings logo on the heels. Finishing the look is white on the midsole. So, pretty straightforward look. At the time of recording, they are expected to debut holiday 2023, although it could be sooner, but once more information is available, I'll make sure to let you guys know. Jordan Brand is releasing another Air Jordan 1 Low Bred Toe. Back in 2018, we saw the Air Jordan 1 High OG Bred Toe release. In January of 2022, we saw a variation of the Bred Toe Air Jordan 1 Low release. We have another pair dropping this year, and they will feature a few changes. This pair comes just in a white, black, and varsity red color combination. Constructed with leather, we have white on the panels, black on the overlays, swoosh logos, tongues, laces, and liners. Red lands on the toe box, heel overlays, and outsole. And the difference with this pair and the 2021 pair, the 2023 version will feature red on the Jumpman logos instead of white. So just a very simple change. And other than that, we have a white Wings logo on the heels and the same shade used on the midsole. No specific release date for this shoe, gonna drop later this year, and the retail price will be $110. The Air Jordan 1 Element Gore-Tex first released back in 2021. Now for 2023, the brand will release a couple colorways. One of those comes highlighted in Sky J Light Olive. Now the specific colorway is black, Sky J Light Olive, Bright Mandarin, Cell, and Noise Aqua. Utilizing waterproof Gore-Tex lines on the upper with textile and nubuck on the overlays. Olive then lands on the panels. We have aqua on the toe box and ankle, and then black lands on the overlays. 3M reflective accents will land throughout. We have Gore-Tex branding on the lateral side by the heel, and then we have the Nike Air logo on the woven tongue labels. Finishing the look is translucent aqua and black on the outsole with a blotched-like design. This pair is expected to debut fall 2023. Unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date, and the retail price will be $200. The release of the Air Jordan 1 High OG Washed Pink, which is a women's release, is just around the corner. Now, before that happens, we had some on-feet images pop up, so I haven't showcased on-feet photos of the shoe yet, so I decided to include it in this video. Now, one thing I want to say is that the on-feet photos look a lot nicer compared to the official photos. The official photos from Jordan Brand makes them look a lot darker. The pink is lighter. The aged midsole isn't so dark. Overall, I do like the shoes. I'm probably not going to buy them just because there's so much stuff releasing, but I definitely get why people would. Now, for the release details, they drop on April 22nd, and the retail price will be $180. You can grab them on the Sneakers app, of course, and pretty much every other Jordan Brand retailer. Official images popped up of the Air Jordan 3 Wizards. So for those that don't know, Michael Jordan, when he returned to the NBA for the last time, he played for the Washington Wizards. He wore an exclusive Air Jordan 3 PE, which was based off the True Blue Air Jordan 3. That shoe will finally release, and it's the pair shown. So we've gone over the pair quite a few times already. I'm sure everybody knows the details, the history behind this shoe, but I did want to show the additional photos, and they will release on April 29th, and the retail price will be $210. Now, I don't expect this to be a super hard pair to obtain. However, there is a little bit of hype behind them. But let's be honest, Jordans, at least GRs, aren't moving like they once were, which isn't a bad thing. It's not to take away from the shoe or any other shoe. I think it's more so that resellers have realized that they can't make as much on certain shoes as they once could during like the pandemic. So a lot of stuff is now sitting. But hey, that's a good thing. It should be easy to obtain if that's the case. And for me, this is a pair I do plan on buying. This pair has had a little bit of controversy, and after that, it kind of died down, although the release is about a month away, and it's the Air Jordan 4 Thunder. Again, the reason why I'm talking about this shoe is because we have on-feet photos. For those that don't know, just to run back a little bit of history, they first released back in 2006, and then we saw the shoes retro in 2012. 11 years later, they're going to drop for summer 2023. Now, the whole big controversy I was speaking about was the white stitching. I never fully got to the bottom of that, but as you guys know, they're not releasing with white stitching. It's going to be black, adult and grade school sizing. Well, technically, it's going to release in full family sizing, so all of the pairs will have black stitching. So if you're looking forward to buying, May 13th is the release date, and the retail price will be $210. We also got a detailed look at the Air Jordan 3 Palomino. Now, I know a lot of people are waiting for the Air Jordan 1 High OG Palomino to release. I haven't seen too much talk on the Air Jordan 3. I don't think it's a bad shoe. I just feel that there's so many releases coming that it's very easily to overlook a shoe, especially when they're not expected to release until later this year. But to go over the pair, they feature a light Orewood Brown, metallic gold, light British tan, and Palomino color combination. Now, doing something a little bit different here, they feature suede on the upper, and then we have nubuck on the collar and tongues. Also, the shoes will feature brown elephant print around the toe, heel, and a section of the eye stay. Other details includes metallic gold on the Jumpman on the tongues and heels, an aged midsole, a gray rubber outsole, and a flight logo on the insoles. So if you want to grab them, August 19th is the release date, and the retail price will be $200. Detailed photos also hit the internet of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Atmosphere Gray. For those of you who remember the Air Jordan 1 High OG Stealth that launched back in 2022, this pair is basically a low top version. Constructed with tumbled leather on the upper and suede overlays. White runs across most of the upper and also lands on the tongue and laces. Gray then hits the toe box, tongue label, swoosh around the heel, and liner. Other details includes black Nike Air branding, wings on the heel, and a cell midsole. Now, I was a bit surprised to see how many people like this shoe. I mean, I liked them when I first saw them. I just thought, oh, people are going to think it's plain, but that's not the case. A lot of people are excited about them. But on to the release details. September 8th is the release date, and the retail price will be $140. Jordan Brand is going to release the Air Jordan 1 KO Low in several OG colorways. Now, some of these colorways are not exclusive to the Air Jordan 1 KO, nor did they ever release on the Air Jordan 1 KO Low. This is a new model coming out. It first dropped in collaboration with Union LA, who brought out 2 colorways, but we got a lot more coming, and I have details on the upcoming Air Jordan 1 KO Low Shadow. The shoes will feature a black, cell, and medium gray color combination. They'll feature black canvas across the base with the same shade on the tongue, laces, liner, and wings logo. We'll have gray on the swooshes, toe box, tongue label, and heel overlay, and then other details will include an aged midsole and a black rubber outsole. No specific release date for this pair, but they will drop summer 2023, and the retail price will be $120. We have another Air Jordan 1 KO Low to go over. This time it's the bread colorway, and we recently received a first look of. So the Air Jordan 1 KO initially released back in 1986. Some believed at that time that the KO stood for knockout. However, it actually stands for knockoff, and it was the brand's offering to make a cheaper Air Jordan 1 High, also to combat against replicas. There's other brands that made shoes that were basically like the Air Jordan 1. I believe it was the Air Sangs. I believe that's one of them. There's a few others. But to go over the pair, they feature canvas on the base with black and red throughout. We also have red leather on the swoosh logos and heels with the Wings logo embroidered in black. Red hits the Nike Air logos on the tongue and insoles. We also have black nylon tongues. Other details includes the size placement on the liner, which I think is pretty dope, a white midsole, and a red rubber outsole. Now, unlike the Shadow pair, we have a release date for this one, and they're scheduled to debut on July 1st. The retail price will be $120. I like the colorway. I think it's a lot nicer than any of the other Air Jordan 1 KO Lows. The Shadow is also up there. That's a nice shoe as well. The next couple of shoes I'm going to go over are also first looks. We recently got one of the Air Jordan 13 Wolf Gray. So big shout out to Z Sneakerhead Z. He was able to get his hands on the pair very early. And for those that think that the color blocking may look familiar to you, it's that it actually borrows from the neutral gray Air Jordan 13 that dropped back in 2005. The 2005 pair actually used University Blue, but in 2023, they're going to change the blue for red. So the specific colorway is white, true red, and wolf gray. And going over the pair, it features white tumbled leather on the upper. We have wolf gray suede on the mudguard, midsole, and heels. Red hits the Jumpman logo embroidered on the tongue and outlines the outsole. We also have the traditional hologram on the ankle, and white and gray filling in the rest of the outsole. It's not a bad shoe. It's really clean. It's not something I'm going to rush out to buy. I feel like I'm going to have to be patient on this. You could probably grab them on sale. But if you want to grab them on the release date, this pair is currently scheduled to debut on July 1st, and the retail price will be $210. We have a first look at the Jordan Airship Every Game. So for those that don't know, the Nike Airship will eventually be known as the Jordan Airship. I'm not sure when the exact release is going to start with, but I do know that we've showcased a few shoes that will carry the Jordan Airship tag. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys recognize this shoe, or it resembles another pair, and that is Nigel Sylvester's Jordan Airship Bike Air. So these are two different releases. Actually, Nigel's pair, the Bike Air pair, which I really want, won't be releasing. That is a friends and family pair. And this shoe is known as the Jordan Airship Every Game. This is not a Nigel Sylvester collaboration. There's also a handful of differences between this pair compared to the Bike Air version. For example, the shade of blue is different. We obviously don't have Bike Air on the heel, and blue actually lands on the eye stay. So let's get into this shoe, and they'll feature a Summit White, Diffuse Blue, Chambray, and Cell color combination. Now, this pair is known as Every Game, and the inspiration behind the shoes is when Michael Jordan played a game in the NBA, he always wore his UNC practice shorts under his Bulls uniform for good luck. So that is the inspiration behind the shoes. And to go over the pair, they feature Summit White crack leather on the upper and Diffuse Blue suede on the swoosh logos, eye stay, and heels. We have Nike Air branding on the tongue, while the heels have Every Game embroidered, replacing Nike Air. Other details includes a Cell midsole, a blue rubber outsole. So if you're interested in buying, currently they are scheduled to release on May 10th, and the retail price is $140. So we finally got our first look at the Union LA Air Jordan 1 High OG woven collaboration. Now, every time I announce that I'm going to leak something on Twitter or even in the comment section here on YouTube, most people ask if it's going to be photos of the Union Air Jordan 1 High OG, the one that we've talked about in previous videos. So I know a lot of people have been waiting to see a first look, and that has finally happened. So here it is. I'm going to go over the shoes and give my opinion, and if you guys are willing to and want to, you can give yours down in the comment section below like always. So for those that don't know, I'm sure everyone does, Union linked up with Jordan Brand back in 2018. This resulted in two colorways of the Air Jordan 1 High OG. Both of those are really expensive. I believe they're in the high 1,000, close to 2,000 range. And then in 2023, totally on the other side of the spectrum as far as the retail price, we have the Air Jordan 1 KO Low. So this will be the third collaboration for 2023 when it comes to Jordan Brand. I'm also hearing there's a fourth pair. Now, I don't have 100% confirmation on that just yet. It's kind of just talks for now. And also, this potentially could be a three-way collaboration, and I'll get to that in a moment. So, to go over the pair, they feature a Cell Wolf Gray, Muslin, Pale Vanilla, Kinetic Green, and University Gold color combination. Essentially what we have is the OG neutral gray pair with added details. They also kind of look like one of his collaborations in 2018. Obviously it doesn't have the mismatched theme going on, but we have exposed stitching on the ankle which wraps the heel. That is done in green, but the elephant in the room on this pair would be the woven design that wraps the entire shoe. Now I've talked about that in previous videos from sources that have seen the shoe, and basically what they did is they took that look from the Air Footscape woven. This pair will also feature the UN/LA labels on the lateral side, wolf gray on the swoosh logos, collars, Nike Air on the tongue labels, and wings. Now, the reason why I'm saying this potentially could be a three-way collaboration is because we have green stitching on the heel tab that has BBS. So, BBS is Beppy's Beauty Supply, which is owned by Union LA founder Chris Gibbs' wife. So this might actually be a Union Beppy's Beauty Supply Air Jordan 1 High OG collab. Finishing the look on this pair, we have a two-tone sole. You know, this pair would have been really, really nice if it didn't have the woven that wraps the entire shoe. If you like it, that's cool. I'm not a fan of it whatsoever. I'm not a fan of the Footscape woven as well, but let me know your thoughts down below. Now, as for the release date, they are expected to debut in August. I've heard August 6th, however, that isn't confirmed, and the retail price is $200. You know what's kind of crazy is, in some of the last videos, a lot of comments have been coming in saying Jordan Brand needs to bring back the Jordan 15, 16, 17, and I agree with them. I would love to see any of those pairs return, and one of those models will be making a return in 2024, and that's the Air Jordan 17 Low. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen the news pretty much everywhere, and for this video, I'm going to use images of 3 OG colorways, which includes the Lightning pair, aka All-Star, the Black and Chrome, and UNC. So we last saw the Jordan 17 Low release in 2017. That was a Soulfly collaboration, also known as Reverse Lightning. In my opinion, a very dope pair. My favorite pair is actually the Lightning, which I would love to see return. Now, I can't go into too much details. What I can say is I don't have confirmation about any original colorways as of yet, but I do know 2 colorways that will release that are brand new. Now, I can't leak that information yet. As soon as I get the go-ahead, you guys will be the first to know, trust me. Now, other than that, the release time frame is expected to be spring 2024. We don't have a retail price. Unfortunately, I can't provide any colorways as of yet. And unfortunately, again, I don't know if any OG colorways will return, but in my opinion, they definitely should. But let me know your thoughts on the Air Jordan 17 Low making a return in 2024 down in the comment section below. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button below. Also, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Now, there's a lot of good stuff in this video. Obviously, the Foamposite Galaxy for me is on the top of that list, and then the Jordan 17 Low. But in my next video, I'm going to have some more leaks, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. Also, I am expecting to drop that Thursday. Hopefully, my computer doesn't have any issues with editing this video. Let me know down in the comment section below what you liked or disliked in this video as well. If you have any questions, leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.